Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Fatia Yumandira from class ENPM 22-1204. In this morning, I'm going to share with you my work, which is analysis criminal case, a cell phone snatcher theft committed by two people. Case number 97 garing pidana biasa garing 2022 garing PN Bandung. So first, here's the background. This case revolves around Ares Putrajaya bin Oman Abdul Rahman, a 23-year-old laborer who was charged with committing violent theft as outlined in Article 365, uh, pa- paragraph 2, paragraph 2, clause 2 of the Indonesian Criminal Code atau KUHP. Jika perbuatan dilakukan oleh dua orang atau lebih dengan bersekutu. The incident took place in Bandung, West Java on November 2021 at approximately 9 a.m. in WIB. The defendant, together with an accomplice named Stewan alias Nando, who is currently listed as a fugitive, was accused of forcibly taking a mobile phone from the victim, Endang Abdullah. The stolen item was an Infinix Note 8 phone, and the theft was executed with violence, leaving the victim not only financially harmed but also psychology distress. During the initial investigation, a local resident apprehended Ares after his attempt to escape failed due to a motorcycle accident. The stolen mobile phone was recovered, serving as a key evidence in this case. While Setiawan managed to evade capture, despite the critical nature of the proceeding, it was noted that Ares did not have legal representation, a significant concern that was later highlighted in a court. The defendant admitted to the crime during the trial, expressing remorse for his action. The court deliberated on the components of Article 365, Paragraph 2, Clause 2 of the KUHP, including the defendant's legal accountability. The element of the, inf- the element of violence in the theft and the collaborative nature of the crime involving two or more individuals. Based on the evidence and the defendant's confession, the court sentenced Ares to 2 years and 6 months of imprisonment and imposed court costs 2,000 rupiah, and then the recovered phone was returned to the victim. And then here's the defendant. First full name is Ares Putrajaya bin Oman Abdul Rahman, place of birth Bandung, age and date of birth 20-year old, born in July 21st, 1998. Gender is laki-laki or a man. Nationality is Indonesia. Address in Bojong Street, number 53, RT 4, RW 5, Kelurahan Panjunan Kecamatan Astana Anyar, Kota Bandung. Religion is Islam, job labor. The victim was Endang Abdullah, and then the witnesses, Endang Abdullah itself, whom is also the victim, and Bayu Nusantara, and Tatang Mulyana. The incident, the defendant Ares Putrajaya bin Oman Abdul Rahman was being carried by Setiawan alias Nando alias Okon, not yet caught, by who was riding a Honda CS 12A1RR motorcycle with the police number F5764 PJ red black color 2012, rangka nomor MH1JBA 1111X C K 1381981. Engine number GBA 1E1136133, which had previously agreed to commit a crime and on the street by forcibly taking or snatching valuables belonging to the people who were off guard. When they arrived at Jalan Pagarsih in front of Idrus Alley, saw a man later known as Endang Abdullah who was standing in front of the paper shop where he worked while using his Infinite Note 8 silver diamond brand cell phone. Then Setiawan alias Nando alias Okon, who was riding a motorbike, approached the target with the engine still on. After the distance was close, then the defendant Ares Putra immediately forcibly pulled the cell phone that was being held by Endang. Quickly, then Setiawan alias Nando immediately stepped on the gas of the motorbike. He was riding to escape with the defendant Ares, who was already carrying a cell phone, the result of his robbery. But it turned out that the victim chased the defendant Ares and Setiawan alias Okon while shouting, "Snatcher, snatcher!" because the road was slippery and the motorbike driven by Setiawan fell and the defendant Ares also fell. But Setiawan alias Nando alias Okon immediately got up and ran away alone while the defendant Ares was successfully secured by witness Endang, who was assisted by residents around the scene. The defendant was apprehended by local residents after a failed escape attempt following a motorcycle accident. The victim's phone, which served as a key piece of evidence, was recovered, while the accomplice Setiawan managed to flee. The evidence is first, one Infinix Note 8 brand cell phone, silver diamond color, number IMEI 3559-3223-4140452, including its box, returned to witness Endang Abdullah. And the second one is one Honda CS 12 A1RR brand motorcycle, police number F5764PJ, in the name of STNK Siti Mariamah, address it Kampung Tlajung, RT 1 RW 12, Wanaherang, Kecamatan Gunung Putri, Kabupaten Bogor. Red black color, year 2012, frame MH1JBA 11XCK138191. Engine number GBA1E1136133, including STNK and ignition key. Return to defendant Ares Putrajaya. And then witness statement. Witness statement 1, Endang Abdullah, that the theft incident occurred on Friday, November 26, 20 and 2021 at approximately 9 a.m. WIB at Pagarsih Street in front of Haji Idrus Alley, RT 1 RW 9, Kelurahan Cibadak, Kecamatan Astana Anyar, Bandung City. The victim was the witness himself. The perpetrators were two men, unknown men. After being at the Astana Anyar police station, it became known that one of them was the defendant because he was caught by the residents. That the witness property that was seized one Infinix Note 8 brand mobile phone, silver diamond color, email number that the cell phone belonging to the witness and was valued at approximately around 3 million rupiah. That when the defendants took the witness cell phone, the witness was standing waiting to the new business shop selling paper. At the time of the incident, was standing waiting for the opening of the new business shop, buying and selling paper at the scene of the crime, where the witness worked, and the witness worked at the shop in the paper cutting section. Suddenly, there was one motorcycle unit came from the back of the left side from Haji Idrus Alley, driven by two men. The person on the back of the motorcycle immediately took the victim's hand. The person of the pillion immediately snatched the witness's cell phone, which at the time the witness was holding and about to use. After successfully snatching the witness' cell phone, the defendant immediately stepped on the gas and fled on his motorcycle. With his motorcycle, the action of the witness after the defendant had taken cell phone, the witness was shocked and immediately shouted, "Jambret, Jambret," while the witness ran after the defendant, chasing him, so that at that time there were other motorcyclists passing by and a resident chased the defendant. And the defendant fled on his motorcycle using a motorcycle, but in front of him there was a traffic jam because there was a garbage dump on Pagasi Street. So the defendant was about to turn right into one of the alleys. But because of the road was slippery, the defendant and his motorcycle fell down, and the witness cell phone, which was taken by the defendant, also fell down. And a resident secured it and handed it back to the witness. After falling, the perpetrator immediately ran away into the alley. In alley, one of the perpetrators, namely the defendant, was caught by the residents, while the other perpetrator managed to escape. After the defendant was secured by the resident, then the resident informed the Astana Anyar police station. Shortly thereafter, police officer from the Astana Anyar police station has arrived. Witness statement 2 by Bayu Nusantara, that the incident of the theft occurred on Friday, November 26, 2021 at approximately 9 a.m. WIB at Pagarsi Street in front of Haji Idrus Alais, RT 1 RW 9, Kelurahan Cibadak, Kecamatan Astana Anyar, Bandung City. The victim was Endang Abdullah. The perpetrators are two men who were unknown. After being at the Astana police station, it became known that the one of them was the defendant because he was caught by the police. That the object of the theft was one piece of handphone brand Infinix Note 8 silver diamond color, number IMEI, belonging to Endang Abdullah. So that the witness knew about the mugging incident, namely the witness was traveling on a motorcycle from home to Sudirman Street via Pagarsi Street from west to east. When passing the scene, Jenderal Sudirman Street via Pagarsi Street saw two men riding on a motorcycle who were snatching a cell phone that was being held by two men who was standing. Oh, that was being held by a man who was standing. At that time, the victim shouted "Jambret" while running after the two men. After At the time, the witness also joined in the chase using his motorcycle. Chase using a motorcycle when near the perpetrators by the witness had kicked the perpetrator's motorcycle but did not fall and could walk. And a few meters away, the perpetrators were seen going to turn right into one of the alleys, but the perpetrator first fell with their motorbikes. When the perpetrator fell, the witness saw that the victim's cell phone belonging to the victim also fell and was handed over to the victim by the residents, whereas the perpetrator immediately ran away, running into the one of the alleys, a distance of approximately 100 meters, and the defendant was caught by the community while the other perpetrator managed to escape because he ran away separated from the defendant. Not long after, several police officers from Astana Anyar police station immediately took the defendant and the evidence of the cell phone and motorcycle to the Astana Anyar police station. And at that time, the witness was also advised to come to the Astana Anyar police station to provide testimony as a witnesses. Witness statement 3 from Tatang Mulyana. That the accident of the theft occurred on Friday, same November 26, 2021 at approximately 9 a.m. WIB at Jalan Pagarsi in front of Haji Idrus Alais, RT 9, RW 9, RT 1 RW 9, Kelurahan Cibadak, Kecamatan Astana Anyar, Bandung City. The victim was Endang Abdullah. The perpetrators were two men who were unknown. After being at the Astana Anyar police station, it became known that one of them was the defendant because he was caught by the residents. That the object of the theft was one piece of handphone brand Infinix Note 8 silver diamond color. Nomor IMEI sekian. belonging to the victim, that the witness was aware of the mugging incident when witness was surfacing the witness motorcycle at one of the motorcycle repair shop on Pagasi Street. At the time, saw one motorcycle unit driven by two men speeding from the west to the east of Pagasi Street, chased by other motorcycles, and there were residents who joined in the chase by running while some shouted at the witness. Chased by running while some shouted Jamret, Jamret, because the witness was a policeman. He wanted to know and tried to catch the perpetrator of the mugging at the time. The witness joined in the chase by running. A few meters away, the perpetrators, riding a motorcycle who was being chased, fell with his motorcycle when it was seen going to turn right into one of the alleys. When the perpetrator fell, it was seen that the cell phone that was held by the perpetrator on the motorcycle also fell and was taken or secured by the residents, while the perpetrators immediately stood up and ran into one of the alleys. At the time, the witness and the residents chased him. After approximately 100 meters, one perpetrator, namely the defendant who was on the motorcycle, was caught. The defendant, who was riding on the back of a motorcycle, was caught by the resident, whereas one other person managed to escape. After being caught, the defendant was asked by the resident and admitted that he mugged the cell phone. Not long after, several officers arrived from Astana Anyar police station. And next, trial and the verdict. In a court, the defendant confessed to his action and expressed remorse. The panel of judges evaluated the elements of Article 165, Paragraph 2, Clause 2 of the KUHP, which include 1. Perpetrator, the defendant was deemed legally responsible for his action. 2. Violent theft. Evidence from witnesses and recovered items confirm that the defendant committed theft by violence with violence, and 3. Act committed by two or more person acting in concert. This was a substantiated by the defendant's testimony implicating collaboration with Setiawan, that the judge considered the aggravating and mitigating circumstances against the defendant before giving his verdict. First, aggravating circumstance. The action of the defendant in addition to harming other people are also disturbing society. Mitigating circumstances. The defendant admitted his action frankly and regretted his action, and the defendant has never been convicted. The court sentenced the defendant to 2 years and 6 months imprisonment and ordered him to pay court costs of 2,000 rupiah. The recovered evidence was returned to its full rightful owner. And legal challenge in this case, the absence of legal counsel for the defendants throughout trial raises significant concern about the fairness of the proceedings, as the right to legal representation is a fundamental human right. This lack of adequate legal support potentially undermines the defendant's ability to present a robust defense, casting doubt on the integrity of the judicial process. Additionally, the absence of Setiawan, a fugitive compliance or DPO, creates gaps in the factual narrative, hindering a complete understanding of the events. Law enforcement must intensify efforts to apprehend the fugitive to ensure the judicial process is comprehensive and justice is fully served. Furthermore, while the judges emphasize the societal impact of the defendant's action, including the unrest caused in the community, it is imperative to approach sentencing with a balanced perspective. Beyond prioritizing deterrence, the judicial system should also focus on the rehabilitation of offenders, enabling their reintegration into society as law-abiding citizens. And next, personal opinion about this case. This case highlights the critical need for legal awareness among citizens, emphasizing that both victims and perpetrators benefit from understanding their legal rights and responsibilities. The defendant actions suggest the possible lack of awareness regarding the legal consequence, underscoring the importance of education in preventing such crimes. Additionally, while the defendant has been sentenced to a prison, adopting restorative justice approach could offer meaningful opportunities for reconciliation and allow the offenders to make amends to the victim and society. Such approaches can complement traditional punitive measures by fostering rehabilitation and repairing harm. Moreover, the case underscores the urgent needs to reform legal aid system to ensure economically disadvantaged defendants have access to adequate legal counsel. Strengthening this system is essential for safeguarding fair trials and upholding the principles of justice and human rights. So here's the link putusan. Thank you for listening to me, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.